Hi, Elton. How are you?
I'm good on yourself, man. Yeah, happy compliments of the new season. It's a happy 2025.
Yeah, likewise to you, man. It's great to always hear your thoughts, especially today with the currencies and cryptocurrencies. Now, starting with the currencies, please tell me your thoughts on how did the major currencies such as the USD, Euro, Pound, and Japan perform against each other in 2024?
Well, look, when we look at the markets, there's something to talk about. Um, there's always something to discuss when talk about the markets. There is a bear market, there is a bull market, there's fluctuations, there is a lot that you can look into. There's a lot happening around the globe, which determines and which are, determines where the markets are going. But looking at the current market, the forex market, there's so much that happened in the forex market. My major currencies that I'm looking at that I trade is the US dollar and then the euro as well. But of course, the US dollar, as you know, is the leader in the forex market. Is one currency where is the king of all currencies. So
Mm.
whatever happens with the US dollar, um, it determines how other currencies behave. That's why there is a saying that when the US dollar calf, then the whole
Mm.
world sneezes. It comes from giving that authority to the US dollar, the American dollar,
Mm.
giving it that flag to say whatever happens in America, it's the economy is so big that the dollar is the king of all currencies. So much happened in 2024. Um, you can break it into three seasons or into two seasons. I'll break it into two seasons when it comes to US dollar. The first half, the US dollar, let me look at the DXY. The DXY is the index. It's a dollar index. It's called the DXY. It's a dollar index. It actually indicates how the US dollar is performing. Is performing. If you look at the DXY, beginning of the year, um, 1st January in 2024, it was trading at 100 US dollars. So that was the DXY, 100 US dollars. It was at its lowest, so to say, looking at the previous high and lows. So it was at its lowest. But from there, it started picking up, it started going up. It started going up. And then it went as far as 106 US dollars. This was around April 2024, where it went as far as 106 US dollars. This is a dollar index. And then June, from June, it started going down again. Going down, it went down as low as 100 US dollars again. From 106 US dollars, the highest level, the highest point, it came down to 100 US dollars. That was the lowest for the year 2024, the dollar index. And then from there, it started rising. Rising. It started rising. It started rising. The dollar became stronger. This means the US dollar became stronger. It means the fundamentals of the US dollar were more favorable for the market for the US dollar. So it became stronger. It went as far as the highest point. Let me just quickly uh, check. As far as 110, 109 US dollars. Sorry, it went as far as 109 US dollars. This was the highest point was Oh, this week apparently, okay, since we are looking at 2024, so 2024, uh, yeah, it's yeah, 108 was the highest point it went in 2024. Of course, it kept going up until 109, which happened this week in 2025 in January 2nd. You know, you understand. So yeah, this
Mm-hmm.
is what has been happening with regards to the DXY, the dollar index.
Okay. Were there any significant policy changes or economic events that influenced the currency markets last year?
Well, look, when we look at the US dollar, like I said, is the
Mm-hmm.
king of the market. It
Mm-hmm.
influences how the other currencies behave most of the time. I would say the interest rates. Interest rate is whereby uh, central bank raises interest rate, that country's currency becomes more attractive because investors um, can earn more money on their
Hmm.
investments within that country.
Hmm.
As demand for the currency increases, so does its value. So that's interest rate. So yeah, the interest rate for the US dollar, they were cut, and then of course it made it more attractive to the investors. That's another factor. And the other factor that contributed is let me quickly check here. Um, the 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 elections also did a lot, a
Hmm.
lot of good. The elections because Trump won as well.
Hmm.
When he won, there's a lot of expectation. There's consumer um, um, belief, consumer
Hmm.
faith. They
Hmm.
believe in Trump's administration
Hmm.
and the policies.
Yeah.
So they're expecting that the Trump policies will be much favorable for the market. Many sentiments were out there, people talking about how good the market will be in 2025 because of the Trump administration and stuff. So the overall outlook of the market is very positive, owing to the elections and the outcome of the elections, Trump taking over and stuff. So the outlook of the whole economic situation is very much positive. That's what also led to the strength of the dollar towards the end of 2024.
Okay. How did the performance of emerging market currencies compare to that of developed market currencies in 2024?
Look, the developed countries, obvious, they are a bit ahead when it comes to their economies, when it comes to their economic policies. They will always be a step ahead as compared
Hmm.
to the emerging markets. But obviously, there is a shift across the world in terms
Hmm.
of the economic, even there is always a talk about recession, but there is a shift whereby the emerging markets also they are trying as hard as possible to actually bring about some changes in their economies and stuff. Yeah, so there's a lot happening around the globe.
Okay. What role did global trade dynamics play in currency movements last year?
Well, there there's always some trade. That's why the forex market is a $7 trillion
Hmm.
market a day. It means there's always some trade around the globe. There's always uh, that market. There's always transactions that are happening within the global markets. So that actually stimulate the movement, stimulate the growth of the economies, and stimulate the markets. That transaction that is happening on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, it's actually stimulating the growth of the markets. Yeah.
Okay. Were there any surprising currency devaluations or appreciations in 2024?
Not that much, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Let's get to cryptocurrencies. Okay. How did the major currencies, example Bitcoin and Ethereum, perform in 2024?
The new child on the block. I'm not sure if we can still say it's the new child on the block. It's 15 years gone by since 2008, 2009, when the cryptocurrency market evolved, it started, emerged, so to say. Bitcoin starting back then very, very, very cheap. But now, as you can see, when you look at Bitcoin, it has surpassed 100,000 US dollars per coin. Um, there's so much that has happened, especially when it comes to 2024. In 2024, we got into the year with very much enthusiastic. There's so much expectation when it comes to the cryptocurrency market. When we got into 2024, there was ETFs. ETFs, a lot of talk about ETFs, which is exchange traded funds. Our Bitcoin being the other crypto that was actually getting into the ETF, getting its ETF approved, so to say. So that on its own, it means the cryptocurrency market is being sanitized, is being taken into the financial mainstream, which is good or bad. It depends how you look at it. But the good part is that I'm not sure if the good part is that a lot of investors, those investors who are very skeptic to get into the space, just because now it's been approved and it's in the mainstream, financial mainstream, the crypto asset is in the financial mainstream. It means those investors with big funds, institutions with a lot of money, they will now start to look into this market in a positive way. They will start getting into this market in a very, very transparent way to say, oh, okay, you know what, let's look into this asset and this how it influences the market. It means there's so much inflow of capital to the crypto space, meaning there's so much volatility into the market, and then that's good for the market. Of course, some people say this is not what the crypto was intended to, because now it becomes more centralized. When it gets into the financial space, now it becomes centralized, becomes controlled. There's more control of the cryptocurrency market than what it was intended to or for. So but that's how it is. That's we follow whatever is happening. We follow the trends. So yeah, beginning of 2024, there was a lot of ETFs that were approved from the Bitcoin and also Ethereum space. And then in April, there was a Bitcoin halving. So with all these positive sentiments in the crypto space, we were expecting a bull market. We're expecting the market to really be stimulated and then start rising, of which is what is happening. It hasn't really disappointed. It's what has happened. As we have seen, Bitcoin has surpassed 100,000, and the other altcoins also are following suit. So yeah, the market has been very much happening. It's been very much diverse in 2024.
Yeah, I think you might have answered a bit of what I was going to ask you in my second question, but anyway, I'll just check up with you. It was going to be, what were the main factors driving the volatility in the cryptocurrency market last year?
Yeah, like I just mentioned, it was the
ETFs,
approval
you
of
said.
ETFs,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Okay.
also Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin
Okay.
halving is an event that always pushes the price of Bitcoin up. Everyone always expects and always, very excited to be
Mm.
involved in Bitcoin halving. It's an event that is always expected, and it happens every 4 years.
Yeah.
It has got some effects on the market, and that's what is happening now. So yeah, those are events that, and also there's a crypto regulation. Crypto regulation is
Mm.
also playing a key role in the crypto space. People look, crypto regulation has been spoken a lot in many years.
Yeah.
People are very much skeptic to say crypto regulation is gonna be good for the market. Crypto regulation is gonna affect the market. So it's something that people are standing on the sidelines watching as events are folding. And
Yeah.
just to add on to that,
Uh-huh.
and also,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I'm not sure if that was the question that you were going to ask, but looking at crypto also, there's towards the end of the year, there were a lot of sentiments from the United States as the powerhouse, and the election also brought about some stimulation to the cryptocurrency market. Why am I saying this? Is that the candidates that were campaigning, they were using the cryptocurrency market as the bait, the bait.
Mm.
We also
Mm.
know that there is a market, a crypto market, especially in the United States. There is a community for the cryptocurrency market.
Mm.
So if you the campaigners, the political campaigners, they knew that if they use a certain policies, they can actually get into that community of crypto enthusiasts, and then tap into that community, and they can have some good outcomes. They can have some votes. So yes, we see Donald Trump promoting, or so to say, being more positive about the cryptocurrency market, and that's how he got into the crypto community. And then, yeah, I'll say most of them, they voted for him just because he's more crypto friendly to to the industry. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to see. Okay, without sounding like I'm kind of repeating myself, but were there any significant regulatory developments affecting cryptocurrency in 2024? Would they still be applying to the same thing like ETFs and the fact that I think he's gonna get a new crypto guy? I forget his name now. Donald Trump.
Well, crypto has been under scrutiny and
Hmm.
very heavy spotlight when um, under Gary Gensler.
Yeah, Gensler.
Gary
Yeah.
is, I'll say, he has been not so friendly to
Yeah.
the crypto community, to the cryptocurrency market.
Hmm.
But of course, he's been against so many developments of the crypto industry, so many developments of the crypto projects. So he has been really very tough on the industry. But of course, we hear some news that he will be resigning
Hmm.
when Trump takes into office, gets into office. So he will be going, and then we're likely to see a new guy coming into the space. We're likely to see a new person who's pro crypto, hopefully who's pro
Hmm.
crypto, who's friendly, who's gonna bring about some changes, who's gonna bring about some positive sentiments and positive fundamentals into the space. And also looking at Donald Trump. Donald Trump will be taking into office in, if not mistaken, 20 January. 20 January,
Hmm.
Donald Trump will be taking into office, and he's pro crypto. So we are looking at 2025 being a bullish year. We are looking at a very, very good year going ahead. And not only in 2025. Look, this is a long term market. So it's 2025 and going further ahead. Because if we get people who understand crypto, people who understand the vision, people who understand the cryptocurrency fundamentals, then there's a lot that will happen. But of course, not all people who are against crypto are bad. Some they are trying to
Mm-hmm.
say, guys, no, you know what? Let's clean up this house. Let's clean up this room. Let's make sure everything is in order. We don't want illegal things happening in this space, illegal things happening in the industry. We need to make sure that the industry is. We have seen a lot. Yes, a lot happening. We have seen bad people, bad players in the space. We have seen FTX. When we're talking of
Mm.
FTX, we have seen Luna also, the scenario of Luna. We have seen a lot. There's so much that has happened in the industry,
Yeah.
which is against what this industry was intended to. So not all people are critic to the space, who are critic to the industry, who are critic to the this revolution are bad people. Some critics are coming from a good point. They are coming from a good standing to say, guys, let's clean this house. Let's move
Mm.
forward this way. So yeah.
Okay. How did institutional investment in cryptocurrencies change over the past year? Because in the past there wasn't so much of investment, and now there's like investment like anything now in crypto.
Well, it's gaining momentum. I would say institutional investment is gaining
Mm.
momentum. When we talk of black, is um,
BlackRock, you mean?
BlackRock, yes, BlackRock.
Mm.
BlackRock is one of the biggest financial institution, one of the biggest hedge fund in the world. When it's getting involved, because BlackRock is the one that
Mm.
also has been fronting the approval of the some of the major cryptocurrencies. So when such institutions are getting involved, we know that there is inflow of some big capital. There's also some big players behind those institutions that, what, when they come into the space, they get to move the market, they get to influence the market on a positive note. So yes, the institutional investment that is getting into the crypto space is much needed, and also, but like I said earlier on,
Yeah, yeah.
that we
Okay.
don't want this market to be so much centralized that
Mm.
it ends up
Mm-hmm.
losing its agenda or its
Mm.
ability to be
Mm.
decentralized.
Okay. What were some notable trends or technological advancements in the cryptocurrency space in 2024? Like any, yeah.
Like I said, there was ETF approvals, and then also the usual one, which is the uh, which one, um, Bitcoin halving, and
Okay.
also, yeah, well, there is AI. AI. There's a lot of talk about AI that is
Hmm.
happening in the crypto space. There's a lot of projects that I'm also actually following up. I can't really talk much, but there's a lot of AI projects that are much involved in the crypto space. And if you get involved in the AI projects as early as possible, you might have a good year or a good time ahead. AI projects are the future, and they are much involved in the crypto space. And also, there's been a meme coins. Meme coins. A lot of
Hmm.
people have been making good money with meme coins. Yeah, there's so much that has been happening in that space as well. But yeah, if you are to have time looking into it, you might be a happier person.
Okay. For your expectations with currencies, what are your predictions for the performance of major currencies in 2025?
Currently, the big guy, which is the big guy or the big mom, Bitcoin. is trading at 100,000. Today I
No,
checked.
I'm referring to currency. Sorry, I'm referring to currency. What are your expectations regarding currencies? Like, for
Oh,
example, like,
okay.
yeah,
Currencies.
currencies.
No,
Yeah.
look, my mind is on crypto. That's
Yeah,
my
sorry about that. That's okay.
that's my
That's
darling.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Currencies. Look, currently the Bitcoin is still currently is at $108
Uh,
dollars.
sorry,
The
no, sorry,
DXY.
not, sorry, so not Bitcoin. I'm referring to currencies like USD. Like, what are your expectations regarding the performance of major currencies in 2025 for this year? Like, what's your expectation on regarding the major currency like USD and so on?
Yeah, that's what I'm responding. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
so,
Um,
so
yeah,
sorry, because
I'm
you're,
talking
oh,
about
so,
USD. Like
okay,
it's trading at 108.
okay,
It's
oh,
been an uptrend for the USD, and of course, going to 2025, the USD is gonna be a force to reckon. I mean,
mm-hmm,
2025,
mm-hmm,
the Trump administration, like I said earlier, people
hmm,
have more trust in the Trump administration. That will mean the dollar will continue being bullish for the year
mm-hmm,
ahead, and
mm-hmm,
and that will stabilize the economy as well, the whole economy of the world. So remember, the US dollar or the American market is the powerhouse. So when
hmm,
it's stabilized, it means the whole world is stabilized now. Of course, there was a talk of there's still a talk of the BRICS. The BRICS is still there. It's still coming, but it didn't really did much damage in the last year. In the past year, we don't know what damage it will cause in 2025, and we don't know what policies or the developments are coming in 2025 from the BRICS guys. So it's a wait and see game. But yeah, let's see what's gonna happen.
yeah, I was just going to ask you, how do you expect economic policies in key regions like the US, the European, the China to influence currency markets this year?
Yeah, like those countries that we have mentioned, they are more on the BRICS side. So it's a wait and see game.
Okay.
Obviously, they are against the US dollar, but it's not easy to topple the US dollar market. It's not
Yeah.
really easy. There's so much. It's not something that can happen overnight. It can take some years to substitute the US dollar when it comes to its position as the global leader. So the BRICS can try, but it's not something
Hmm.
that can happen overnight.
Okay. What impact might changes in global trade relations have on currency values in 2025?
Please come again.
I was saying, what impact might changes in global trade relations have on currency values in 2025?
I'm not clued up on that. Yeah, I'm not clued up on that.
Okay, no problem. I'll go to number four. Are there any emerging market currencies you believe will perform particularly well or poorly in 2025?
Um, yeah, like from the emerging countries, um, China is also still doing a lot in the space. There's a lot of technology that is coming from China,
Mm-hmm.
India as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when it comes to uh, technology, Japan as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nothing that I'm thinking of beyond that. Yeah.
Sure. What role do you think inflation and interest rate differentials will play in currency movements this year?
Check on chat. What's your question again?
What role do you think inflation and interest rate differentials will play in currency movements this year?
Yeah, well, look, like I said, when it comes to interest rates, toward the end of last year, they were more favorable to the investors. They were more favorable to the economy. So we yet to see what's going to happen in 2025. Will that continue again in 2025, or it will, take a different direction. But we hope the policies, like I said, we hoping for the best for 2025, coming from 2024. Towards the end of 2024, we're happy to continue. Many policies, many systems will continue from there.
Okay, regarding cryptocurrencies, what are your major expectations for the in 2025 for the major cryptocurrencies? What are your expectations?
Yeah, look, we expecting the Bitcoin to continue. It's a bull market. If Bitcoin can continue in currently it's at 100,000. If it, yeah, we're expecting to go as far as 120, 125. Some are calling it at 200,000 US dollars per coin before the end of this bull market. But yeah, my prediction is that it can go to 130. That's my prediction, 130. Of course, Bitcoin is actually marked, has announced its presence already for this bull market, but the altcoins are still lagging behind. They're still very much down there. So we're expecting them to start rising, start, picking up the pace as well. Yeah.
How do you see regulatory landscapes evolving for cryptocurrencies this year?
Um, yeah, look, regulatory is really something to worry about or to be happy about. Like I said, depending on where you're sitting. But yeah, there's so much regulatory that is going to be introduced, even here in South Africa. So many exchanges were granted licenses last year in 2024. Exchanges like Alcontrade and the rest, they were granted licenses, meaning when you have got a license now, you are regulated. Now you have to perform or you have to operate within within the limits, within the circles, of the law, of certain regulations. We see so many exchanges also making sure that the FICA is mandatory, and other trading systems, So yeah, it's really coming. It's here. We have to wait and see how it affects the market, but it's something positive because if there is no regulatory, it means anyone can just start anything and then they run away with people's money or something happens, So we don't expect that to in this beautiful market, in this beautiful industry.
What trends or technological advancements do you anticipate in the cryptocurrency market in 2025?
Like I mentioned earlier, the AI is gonna
Okay.
be a trend. AI is gonna be a trend in 2025, and I see the meme coins are still around and they're getting stronger. So yeah, those are the
Okay.
trends that we're looking at.
All right. How might institutional investment in cryptocurrencies change in 2025?
Yeah, we going there. The institutional money is coming, is flowing into the space, and that's positive for the market. Yeah.
Okay. Finally, are there any new or emerging cryptocurrencies that you believe investors should watch in 2025?
Let's come again.
I was saying, and for my final question is, are there any new or emerging cryptocurrencies that you believe investors should watch in 2025?
Um, uh, Bitcoin being the major one, people still says invest in Bitcoin, but other players, there is a twofold. There are two people here. One person says invest in Bitcoin, it will never disappoint you. And then the second person says Bitcoin is already way expensive. With your little money, you're not going to get much return when you invest in Bitcoin. But Bitcoin being the first one, depending on where you're standing. But also the altcoins currently, they're still very much down there. so they still present a very good opportunity to rise. And like I said, AI agents as well. AI,
Mhm.
it's gonna be a trend.
Okay, so you can't give me any new coin besides Bitcoin that you think that's worth watching for?
Solana as well, Bitcoin,
Okay,
Solana. We
okay,
just the major ones for now.
okay,
Solana,
okay,
Bitcoin, Ethereum.
okay,
Ethereum is still very much cheap at the moment, like I
okay,
said.
okay.
So yeah, those are the major ones that you can look at.
All right. Thanks so much for your time, man. Take care and God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invite. Hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, likewise.
Thank you.